Have you ever noticed how, after turning 60, people start telling you all the things you should be doing? Exercise more, eat better, see the doctor regularly. While those are important, today I want to flip that perspective. Sometimes it's not just about what we do, it's about what we need to stop doing. Because the truth is, real happiness and health often come when we let go of habits, fears, and patterns that no longer serve us. After the age of 60, one of the most important shifts you can make is to stop neglecting your body. For so many years, life may have been about responsibilities, raising a family, building a career, keeping up with bills and obligations. In that process, your health may not always have been your top priority. But now, your body deserves to take center stage. Ignoring it or treating it as an afterthought only robs you of the energy and vitality you need to fully enjoy retirement. The truth is, your body is like a trusted vehicle that has carried you through decades of experiences. If you've been driving it without care, it may be showing signs of wear and tear. But with attention, even an old vehicle can run smoothly for years to come. The same goes for your body. It is never too late to give it what it needs. Many people think that staying healthy means extreme workouts or following complicated diets, but that isn't true. It's not about punishing your body, it's about nurturing it. Simple actions like going for a brisk walk, doing light stretching, or practicing gentle exercises like yoga or Tai Chi can make a remarkable difference. These activities improve circulation, keep your muscles strong, and protect your balance, which is crucial in preventing falls. Even just 20 minutes a day can build strength and keep you more mobile than you might imagine. Your body doesn't need perfection, it needs consistency. Neglect also often shows up in the form of ignoring warning signs. That little pain in your knee, the occasional chest tightness, or the dizziness you feel when standing up, those are signals your body is sending. Too often people brush them aside, thinking, "I'll be fine," or "it's just age catching up with me." But ignoring these signs can lead to bigger issues later. Paying attention, scheduling regular checkups, and listening to your body are acts of self-respect. Instead of seeing the doctor as a chore, think of it as an investment in your independence and freedom. Another part of caring for your body is through the food you choose. Stop eating in a way that depletes you. Processed foods, excessive sugar, and too much salt only add stress to your body. Instead, think of food as fuel. Fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains provide energy, protect your heart, and keep your mind sharp. Even small changes, like replacing soda with water or adding one more serving of vegetables each day, can have a big impact. Nourishing your body doesn't have to feel like a sacrifice. It's a gift you give yourself. Sleep is another area where neglect often shows up. Many people shrug off poor sleep, staying up late or treating rest as unimportant. But after 60, sleep is one of the most powerful tools for healing and restoration. Prioritizing good sleep habits, turning off the TV earlier, creating a calming bedtime routine, or adjusting your sleep environment can do wonders for your energy levels and mood. The biggest mindset shift here is to stop thinking of health as optional. Your retirement years should be filled with freedom, exploration, and joy, not doctor visits and limitations. By giving your body the attention it deserves, you're not only extending your years, you're making those years worth living. Imagine yourself having the energy to travel, to play with your grandchildren, to pursue hobbies, or to simply enjoy a morning walk without pain holding you back. That kind of freedom is priceless, and it starts with the choice to stop neglecting your body today. One of the most important choices you can make after turning 60 is to stop isolating yourself. Many people don't even realize how gradually it happens. A busy career once kept you surrounded by colleagues, children kept you connected to school events and activities, and day-to-day life pulled you into countless social interactions. But when retirement begins and the children are grown, the natural rhythms of life change. Without meaning to, you might find yourself spending more and more time alone. While solitude can be peaceful, too much of it can quietly become dangerous, both emotionally and physically. Human beings are wired for connection, and after 60, staying socially engaged is not just a nice idea. It's a key to long-term health and happiness. Studies have shown that loneliness can be as harmful to your health as smoking or obesity. It can raise blood pressure, weaken your immune system, and increase the risk of depression or memory loss. That's how powerful social connection really is. Yet, many older adults stop reaching out. They convince themselves that they don't want to bother anyone, or they believe that new friendships are no longer possible at their age. This kind of thinking creates unnecessary walls around you. The truth is, people of all ages crave connection, and there are always opportunities to build meaningful bonds. Breaking the habit of isolation doesn't mean you need to surround yourself with a crowd every day. What matters is quality. Even a few strong, supportive relationships can transform your sense of well-being. Call that sibling you haven't spoken to in months. Reconnect with an old friend from school or work. Sometimes, all it takes is one conversation to rekindle a sense of belonging. If you feel hesitant, remember that others might be waiting for your call too, but they're holding back for the same reasons you are. Be the one to take the first step. It can open the door to warmth and companionship once again. At the same time, retirement can also be the perfect season to form new connections. Consider joining a local club, a fitness group, or a class where people share similar interests. Whether it's learning a new language, painting, dancing, or gardening, group activities create natural opportunities for friendships to blossom. Volunteering is another powerful way to meet people while giving back. Helping others not only reduces feelings of loneliness, but also gives your days a renewed sense of purpose. Technology can also be a valuable ally in staying connected. Video calls, online communities, and messaging apps can keep you close to family and friends even when distance separates you. Imagine being able to see your grandchildren's smiles in real time, share stories with friends across the country, or join virtual groups where like-minded people gather. While technology may feel intimidating at first, once you get comfortable, it can be a lifeline to maintaining strong social ties. Most importantly, remember that isolating yourself doesn't just affect your mood. It shapes your overall outlook on life. When you're connected, laughter comes more easily, worries feel lighter, and even challenges seem more manageable. A shared meal, a walk with a friend, or simply having someone to talk to can bring joy in ways that solitary living never could. Human connection is not a luxury. It is a fundamental need, especially in this stage of life. So stop isolating yourself. Let go of the thought that you're a burden, or that friendships are only for the young. Open yourself to the richness of connection. Retirement is not meant to be a quiet withdrawal from the world. It's an invitation to engage with it in a new, freer, and more joyful way. The more you invest in relationships, the more vibrant, healthy, and fulfilling your years will become. After 60, one of the most liberating things you can do for yourself is to stop clinging to the past. It's natural to look back. Your younger years are filled with memories of energy, milestones, and experiences that shaped who you are today. But sometimes reflection turns into regret, or comparison, or a longing for days that simply cannot return. When that happens, the past becomes a weight that keeps you from enjoying the present and stepping into the future with excitement. To live fully in retirement, you must learn to honor the past without being trapped by it. Many people over 60 fall into the habit of replaying "what if" scenarios in their minds. What if I had made different choices in my career? What if I had taken better care of my health? What if I had traveled more when I was younger? These questions can stir feelings of disappointment or even guilt. But here's the truth: no amount of regret can change yesterday. The only thing you have the power to shape is today. Every moment spent clinging to what could have been robs you of the beauty of what still can be. Comparison is another way the past holds people hostage. You might look in the mirror and compare your current self to the person you were decades ago. Fitter, faster, stronger, or more youthful. You may even compare your achievements then to what you're doing now, as though your value is measured only by what you accomplished in your younger years. But life is not a competition with your past self. The wrinkles, the gray hair, the slower pace, these are not signs of decline. They are badges of wisdom, resilience, and experience. They tell the story of someone who has lived, learned, and grown through life's ups and downs. That is something to be celebrated, not mourned. Clinging to the past also creates a barrier to trying new things. When you hold tightly to the idea that things were better back then, you close the door to opportunities today. For instance, you might avoid exploring new technology, hobbies, or friendships because you're stuck in the mindset of how things used to be. But every season of life has its gifts, And retirement is uniquely rich in time and freedom. When you let go of the past, you make room to write fresh chapters filled with discovery and joy. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means shifting your relationship with your memories. Treasure the happy moments. They are part of who you are. Learn from the difficult ones. They've given you strength, but don't let either define your future. The past is like a photo album, wonderful to open, smile at, and appreciate, but not a place to live. If you spend too long inside it, you miss the vibrant, living moments happening right in front of you. A helpful shift is to focus on gratitude. Instead of clinging to the good old days, try to see the good in today. Maybe it's the freedom of not having to wake up for work every morning. Maybe it's the laughter of a grandchild, the joy of a morning walk, or the excitement of learning something new. Gratitude turns your attention away from what's gone and highlights the richness of what remains. When you stop clinging to the past, you open yourself to possibility. Retirement is not an ending, it's an invitation to reinvent yourself. You can still travel, create, connect, and contribute. You can still find love, laughter, and fulfillment. But first, you must release the grip on yesterday so your hands are free to embrace today. One of the most limiting beliefs people carry after the age of 60 is the phrase, "It's too late." Too late to learn something new, too late to follow a dream, too late to change habits, or too late to start over. This simple phrase has the power to quietly shut doors on possibilities that could bring joy, growth, and fulfillment. The truth is, as long as you are alive and breathing, it is not too late. Every day you wake up is a chance to do something different, something meaningful, something that reminds you life still has surprises to offer. Think about how many opportunities are missed simply because someone convinces themselves the time has passed. They might dream of writing a book but dismiss it because they're not in their 30s anymore. They might want to pick up an instrument, but decide it's pointless because they didn't start when they were young. They might even dream of traveling somewhere new or starting a small business but talk themselves out of it because they feel too old. This mindset doesn't come from reality. It comes from fear and habit. In fact, history is filled with examples of people who achieved remarkable things later in life. Some became authors, artists, or entrepreneurs well into their 60s, 70s, and beyond. They didn't let the clock dictate their dreams, and neither should you. The beauty of being over 60 is that you already have decades of experience, wisdom, and perspective that younger people simply don't. This gives you an advantage when starting something new. You know yourself better, you understand what matters, and you don't waste energy chasing things that don't align with your values. For example, if you decide to learn painting at 65, you're not competing with others, you're painting for the joy it brings you. If you choose to start a small garden, you're not doing it for recognition, you're doing it to nurture life and find peace. At this stage, pursuits don't need to be grand to be meaningful. They simply need to bring fulfillment. Saying, "It's too late," also closes the door on healthier living. Many people believe that if they didn't start exercising or eating well earlier in life, there's no point now. But research shows that adopting healthier habits at any age brings benefits. Even walking for 20 minutes a day can improve heart health, strengthen muscles, and boost mood. Changing your diet can reduce the risk of chronic illnesses, and learning stress management can improve mental clarity. Imagine how much more vibrant your retirement could be if you replace "too late" with "let's start now." There's also an emotional freedom in dropping this limiting belief. When you give yourself permission to try, regardless of age, you remove the heavy burden of regret. You stop living with "what if" and instead create "I did." Even if the outcome isn't perfect, the experience itself enriches your life. Taking a class, exploring a new hobby, or even traveling to a destination you've always dreamed of can ignite excitement and remind you that you're still very much alive. Of course, trying something new may feel intimidating, but growth often comes with a little discomfort. Ask yourself, would you rather stay comfortable but stagnant, or stretch yourself and discover what's still possible? The reality is, the years after 60 can be some of the most freeing. You're no longer tied to the same responsibilities that once held you back. You have the time, the wisdom, and the choice to do what excites you. So stop saying, "It's too late." Those words steal your opportunities before you even begin. Replace them with, why not now? Every great adventure, every new beginning, every joyful discovery starts with a single step. And that step can be taken at 60, 70, 80, or beyond. Life doesn't stop giving you chances. You just have to stop turning them away. After 60, one of the greatest mistakes you can make is to live without joy. Too many people fall into the trap of believing that retirement is simply about getting by, or taking it easy. They settle into routines that lack excitement, creativity, and fun. Days become predictable, conversations become repetitive, and joy slowly fades into the background. But life, no matter your age, is not meant to be endured. It is meant to be enjoyed. If you want a happier, healthier retirement, you must stop living without joy and start prioritizing the things that make you truly feel alive. Joy doesn't always come from big, dramatic experiences. It often comes from small, simple pleasures. Think about the feeling of sipping a warm cup of tea while watching the sunrise, the laughter that bubbles up when playing with your grandchildren, or the contentment of planting a flower and watching it bloom. These moments may seem ordinary, but they are the heartbeat of a joyful life. The key is to notice them, to savor them, and to intentionally create more of them. Many older adults unintentionally put joy on hold. They may think, I'll enjoy myself after I finish all my responsibilities. Or, fun is for younger people. But this mindset robs you the very essence of retirement. A time when responsibilities finally ease, and you have the freedom to choose how to live. Joy is not selfish, and it's not a waste of time. It is fuel for your spirit. It lifts your mood, strengthens your relationships, and even improves your physical health. Research shows that laughter and happiness boost immunity, reduce stress, and increase longevity. In other words, joy isn't just a luxury. It's a necessity. One of the reasons people stop living joyfully after 60 is because they worry too much about things outside their control. They stress about the future, about money, about health issues that may or may not come. While it's natural to have concerns, living in constant worry only steals your ability to enjoy the present moment. Let go of what you can't control and focus on what you can. Every day, ask yourself, what's one thing I can do today that will bring me joy? It might be calling a friend, listening to your favorite music, cooking a meal you love, or taking a walk in nature. Another reason joy slips away is because people stop giving themselves permission to play. Think back to childhood, when play and creativity were a natural part of every day. You didn't need a reason to laugh, sing, or explore. You simply did it. That childlike spirit is still within you. Sing even if your voice isn't perfect. Dance even if no one is watching. Try painting, writing, or gardening without worrying about being good enough. Playfulness brings a lightness that can make every day feel brighter. Joy is also amplified through connection. Share a meal with friends, travel with loved ones, or join a group where laughter flows easily. The joy of others has a way of multiplying your own. Surround yourself with people who lift your spirits rather than drain them, and don't be afraid to be the one who brings joy into the lives of others. Sometimes, creating joy for someone else, a kind word, a thoughtful gesture, a shared laugh, fills your own heart even more deeply. Most importantly, recognize that joy is a choice. Life will always present challenges, but you can still choose to find beauty in the midst of them. You can choose gratitude, you can choose laughter, and you can choose to make the most of the time you have. Living with joy doesn't mean ignoring difficulties. It means refusing to let them define your days. So stop living without joy. Don't let life after 60 become a slow fade into boredom or routine. Infuse your days with color, laughter, and moments that make your heart feel light. Your retirement years are a gift, an opportunity to celebrate life, to do the things you've always wanted, and to find happiness in both the big adventures and the smallest details. When you choose joy, every day becomes richer, fuller, and more meaningful.